Let's go. After the longest off season that we've had since, I'm gonna go 2019 because shortened season. Anyway, we're back. Yeah, hockey. Let's go. I sat there, even though I knew Colorado was outplaying us for the first 10 minutes, like just, yes.
What do you normally do when I'm gone?
Wait for you to get back.
And this one counts. I only was able to watch one preseason game, and so I was kind of deprived from that a little bit, but I remember just being so giddy about hockey season finally being back and me being able to root for my team, and I didn't want to really think about the ending of that preseason game. So what better opponent to start season 8 than the 2022 Stanley Cup champs against the 2023 Stanley Cup champs. Different setup right now. I'm gonna go back to my other one in a couple of games, but for this one, just rocking it out. The Vegas Golden Knights against Colorado Avalanche. And like I mentioned, Colorado outplaying Vegas immediately. They just looked like they had their speed, their legs under them a little bit better than Vegas did, and they carried that forward, getting the first goal from Mikko Rantanen. I remember seeing it right before it happened too. Rantanen just kind of snuck his way into the slot and is just there all alone, and they get the puck up to them, and I see both Vegas guys just turn towards their puck watching, and all of a sudden the puck comes back to Rantanen, and he blasts it past Hill to make it 1-0 Colorado. Boo, hiss, don't like that. But immediately after, I do like Vegas responding, like immediately. Victor Olofsson, new guy, grabs the puck from behind Colorado's net, kind of skates back with it like he's going towards the point, and I thought it was really weird actually, because I'm used to this Vegas team, and they looked like they were doing the same thing that they had been for the last year and a half, 2 years, where they will get the puck, kind of cycle it around the outside, and so I was expecting Olofsson to pass it, but I saw a lane where he could just turn around, and he took that lane, goes over his shoulders, skates towards the net, and fires this thing from a weird angle, but Georgiev was out of position, and it goes in. Perfect snipe from Olofsson to make it tie game 1-1. Kind of similar to Rantanen's goal. This happens like a couple of minutes later. Vegas, cool, Eichel has the puck, sends it back to Hanifin, who then I see Barbashev alone in the slot. Hanifin sees him too, and the Avs don't, sends it over. Barbashev kind of bobbles the initial catch of the patch, but then catch of the pass, but then snipes it, and it's 2-1 Vegas.
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
Vegas responds to Vegas's goal. On the very next shift, it's the same guys, so it's the same shift for them. Barbashev takes the puck, and the Colorado Avalanche player falls over, whatever happens, and skates up towards it, and then all of a sudden he like draws in a Colorado defender, and then passes it over it to Eichel, who's streaming in and has a 2-on-1 with Mark Stone. Eichel with a brilliant feed over to Stone, who snipes it, and it's 3-1 Vegas just like that. To end that first period, I'm losing my mind, and it's late, and I'm just like so happy. And then Vegas has a 3-1 lead in the first period, where for a good portion of that period they were outplayed, really until that final like 3 minutes where Vegas's top line, who was on ice for Mikko Rantanen's goal earlier, just took over, and it was them first line against first line, and Vegas has outplayed Colorado's for the second half of that first period. For the last quarter of that first period, Stone looking around after that goal like, what just happened? It was just really fun to see expressive Mark Stone again. It's fun to see all these guys again, and the fact that they're winning 3-1 going into the second is just phenomenal. And in the second, we give them a power play. And they scored. Another one from Rantanen again. And so he's on hat trick watch, which that phrase is not going to get old anytime soon. Similar to last time Colorado scored, Vegas responds immediately. Vegas gets the puck over in their zone, kind of neutral zone, and Stone was a little bit cherry picking, kind of sneaking his way through, and the pass gets up to him, it goes towards the boards, Stone collects it to avoid the icing, sends it back to Barbashev, Eichel, they swap it over on the left side of the boards, and as that's happening, White Cloud's coming in all alone, they pass it over to him, and as he's skating in, just risks it like nobody's business, and it goes in like not Georgiev's business. Towards the end of the second, Colorado, dang it, Gerard sends it on from the point, and Hill makes the initial stop, but Casey Middlestad's right there at the back door to be able to bang in this garbage which is a great goal, like playoff style goal that I want Vegas to. It was a good goal. It was the reason I'm calling it garbage is because he was picking up the trash that was right there that Hill just left out for him. And Hill, not the greatest of games. It's the first game of the season, and if we're looking at the other end of the ice, we really don't have much to complain about. But it's 4-3 going into the third. A lot tighter of a game, even though Vegas has played really well. Colorado has to, like, it's the first game of the season. Both teams kind of just not fully mentally there, which why do we have such a long preseason if they're still not going to be there by game one? Anyway, I lied. And it's a good lie because it's not 4-3 going into this third period. It's 5-3. There was a play where McNabb stick lifted, I don't remember which Colorado player it was, but his stick clipped his visor and that sent him flailing around, which, yeah, sure, like not great, but also like, okay. Which, high sticking, it was slightly missed, sure, but that doesn't give Colorado the excuse to just go and straight up board him. Like, that was a rough play on McNabb from Colorado there. Thankfully, McNabb was okay, but it does send Vegas to the power play. Victor Olofsson, Vegas Vic, which there's a sign, a neon sign on the Vegas Strip right now at the Fremont Experience that was out, and then he was brought back. His name is Vegas Vic, and Victor Olofsson, Vegas during most of this power play just kind of passing it around, and I'm wanting them to shoot more, and they do take a couple of shots, including Vegas Vic, but not really a ton, but they keep the zone time. And over the course of that minute 45 passes, activated full pressure like in NHL 24, 25 now? Yeah, whatever. Victor Olofsson just grabs it, unscreened, sends this thing. It's so quick off of his stick. Georgiev barely even reacts before it's already in the back of his net, and it's 5-3 Vegas. To start the third period, Georgiev is pulled for Juice. Colorado gets another power play in the third, and this doesn't happen during the power play, so we technically killed the penalty, but it's right after. And this happens, it's a crazy shift in momentum because Vegas comes in, they're streaming in, the pass is sent back to Petro on the point, and he blasts it, and it goes in past Justice, but right before, like immediately before, Pavel Dorofeev, who I swear, this kid, he just is so innocent looking. He high-sticked, I think it was Ross Colton, and immediately, like, as soon as it was happening, like, just had his arm up, was like, oh, dude, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And, like, I believed him, obviously, like, there's a bias, I guess, but, like, it was immediate, like, and this kid has barely done anything. Like, I just... really hard to believe that he actually did that on purpose, the way that he acted afterwards. But it's a crazy shift because instead of it becoming 6-3, Colorado immediately after the power play ends is able to blast one home. Mikko Rantanen again, who was left all alone again for the hat trick, which there were some Colorado hats on the ice in our home building. Oh, and it's instead of 6-3, it's 5-4, and just a crazy just shift towards Colorado there. Seriously unfortunate, but it's the right call, and so it's a 5-4 game with over half the third period to go. But I don't remember which Colorado player it was. I should probably check all of this stuff. Devon Toews 4-minute minor for high sticking on Ivan Barbashev. It wasn't a ton of blood, but it was enough for it to be called a 4-minute minor. And immediately after this face-off win over to the point, sends it over to Eichel, blasts it, and it goes off of Mark Stone's glove and into the back of the net to make it immediately to start this power play 6-4 Vegas. It's Mark Stone's goal, and you could see him shaking his hand after that, and Eichel had during the first two periods, he had 4 assists that later got changed due to a scoring change to 3. Insane opening night. But then Eichel probably thinking to himself, I will have that 4th assist, even if it means sending Stone on to LTIR, because that looked like it freaking hurt, but it went off of his glove and in. And so Mark Stone has 2, Victor Olofsson has 2, Mika Rantanen already has a hat trick, but why not? Barbashev, and early candidate for goal of the year. Probably the best, coolest goal that's been scored this year. Pass gets to Barbashev in the neutral zone, and he's got a guy on him, and so he dekes it, pulls it through them both to the other side onto his backhand around this defender, which insane move. He pulled it off great. He's got another Colorado player right behind him, and he's hounding him. So he's skating in on his backhand with the stick, and from like the face-off dot, he just grabs it and pulls it to the far side past Justus to make it a 7-4 Vegas lead. Barbashev, nasty goal. That was filth. That was so unbelievably clean, dude. How does that work?
Come on, Bobby, let's go party.
Look on Barbashev's face was like he couldn't even believe that he scored that. That was fantastic. Oh, what a goal from Ivan Barbashev. And so now we have 3 Vegas Golden Knights players on hat trick watch, 1 Colorado Avalanche player that's already, anyway. Colorado almost immediately pulls their goalie to try to, you know, salvage something with like over 5 minutes left to go. So yeah, why not? Vegas has not been good at 6-on-5 recently when they, on either end of the ice, to be honest. But Hill stood tall and the defense was able to clear it out, and it was great. And I was like, okay, now would be a pristine time for an Aiden Hill goalie goal. Vegas Vic, just because Buffalo player just came in, first game with us, hat trick would be fantastic. Mark Stone, because the rest of the league would just love that, right? And then Ivan Barbashev, not because I have anything against the guy, but then like literally anybody else way below that to score the empty net. And of course, that's the option that happens. Brett Howden is able to get the empty netter, which, hey, good for him. He was the only person from Vegas in that first stretch where we just were not going at the same pace as the Colorado Avalanche to get attempts towards Georgiev. So kind of like full circle, just bookended that with strong performances from Brett Howden, who's able to get the empty netter to make it an 8-4 victory over the Colorado Avalanche. What a way to start season 8. 8 goals. That was fantastic. Oh my goodness, it was very sloppy hockey, and I do not want this at all to happen consistently throughout the rest of the season. But for an opening night, for our first home game of the season against the Colorado Avalanche, to, you know, just hammer home the fact that they don't have a good enough goalie. What a game. It's insanity from both sides. Congrats to Mika Rantanen on the hat trick, and I think Nathan McKinnon had a career milestone point number or something, or Makar, I don't remember. Other things to happen from this game, Tomas Hertl won like 15 faceoffs. Vegas on the faceoff dot was a monster tonight. Yesterday, I'm recording this the day after. William Karlsson was out, he was hurt, and Brendan Brisson was in. I think that's who effectively replaced him as the roster spot for the forwards, but we have a couple of lineup changes from last season where we have Theodore on his left side, which is his dominant, like he shoots left, but he's always played the right side. He's there with Petro right now, which interesting lineup decision. It should work, right? Because Noah Hannafin, I think, arguably is our best defender. I love Theodore, I love Petro. Theodore has been my favorite player on the Golden Knights since Fleury left, and I'm not trying to demean anything about that guy, but Noah Hannafin, I've loved seeing what he's done in a Vegas Golden Knight uniform. Ivan Barbashev, 2 goals, 2 assists. Jack Eichel with a 4-assist night. Victor Olofsson with 2 goals. Shea Theodore had 3 assists. I love that. I love that. Oh, man. Oh. Let's go, guys. Oh man, so fun. And now we play tomorrow against the St. Louis Blues. Should be fun. Welcome to Vegas's season 8, season 5 of me doing this. And if you're new here, thanks, hi. This should be a really fun season. I am 18 subscribers away from 1,000. I appreciate all of y'all being here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.